Hai, selamat berjumpa dengan saya Iksan dalam channel Diaspora Channel. We call it Dioz channel. There's a channel Diaspora in Australia. TV kami ini akan menayangkan beberapa program diaspora Indonesia yang berada di Australia umumnya dan di kota Sydney pada khususnya. Kami akan menayangkan kehidupan beberapa dari diaspora Indonesia yang ada di Australia dan Sydney khususnya dari sisi pemerintahan, pebisnis, profesional, students, dan masyarakat umum lainnya. Pada hari yang cerah ini, suatu hari di musim winter di Sydney, udara cukup cerah, berawan sedikit dan sedikit windy. Tapi nice, about 16 degrees,
Probably about 16, yeah.
About 16 degrees. Pada hari ini saya sudah ada seorang tamu saya, seorang bisnismen muda dari keluarga pebisnis yang bernama Samuel Sunito, yang sudah berada di samping saya pada saat ini. Kita akan mulai beberapa wawancara, memberikan pertanyaan. Semoga Sam mau menjawabnya, dan semoga ini akan memberikan beberapa informasi pada masyarakat Indonesia mengenai kehidupan kita diaspora Indonesia yang berada di Australia dan Sydney khususnya ini. Oke, selamat siang Sam.
Awesome. Yeah, good afternoon. It's good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Sama-sama Sam. You can speak Indo or English, is up to you. Maybe we can mix it up.
Okay, campur
Because
bisa
this
sih.
is for Indonesian viewers. They understand English as well.
Yeah.
You can speak both English or Indo, whichever you feel comfortable.
Okay.
Sam, maybe I can put my sunglasses a bit not really shiny to my eyes.
Yeah, it's
That's
a little
okay.
bright. Yeah.
Okay, Sam. Let me start our interview. Sam Sunito is coming from the family of Iwan Sunito, the chairman, the founder of the Crown Groups, salah seorang dari Tycoon Business Property di Australia yang sangat populer dan telah membangun beberapa properti real estate di Sydney. Sam adalah satu-satunya, atau do you have any other sibling?
I'm the first, and then I have two. Ada dua adik perempuan.
Okay, Sam, the first son of Mr. Iwan Sunito. That's why I call him the Crown Prince. I'm gonna call him Crown Prince because he's the prince of the Crown Group.
Not at all. No. Wow.
Well, who knows? He can be king one day, Sam. Bigger than your family or your dad's. Sam, pada kesempatan ini, let me ask you a few questions. The first thing maybe we start is, what kind of business your family do, honestly, in the beginning in Australia?
So here we're actually on top of one of our projects here in the city of Sydney, and my family, they do property development. My father started in 1996.
Wow, 1996, 24 years ago.
24 years ago, yeah. Started about 24 years ago, and he just started with his architecture degree, and
I see.
after that he decided that he wanted to start his own development as well. And so he was looking around. It took him a few years to find the right space, the right place that would make sense, and he found his partners, and they started this property development group, and that was 24 years ago. And since then, the property development company has kind of
growing.
from
The companies keep growing.
strength to strength, and now I think there's about $5 billion in the pipeline of total
Wow, $5 billion.
projects that have been completed and projects that are in the works right now.
I see.
So we are now in a few different places. We've kind of grown from beyond just being in Sydney. We're now in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. We have a project in Indonesia coming up, and we also have one in the United States in Los Angeles, and that's actually
Wow.
the one that I'm a part of, the one that I'm working on.
Project in USA.
Yes, yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Okay, Sam. When your dad come to Australia before, is he come as a student or as a businessman?
Dulunya dia a student only, so he actually came at the end of his high school, so I think year 12, and then terus
Okay.
he studied at the University of New South Wales.
New South Wales University.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think he was only probably 17 or 18 when he first came to Australia.
Sangat mudah sekali itu ya.
Yeah.
Okay. What about yourself, Sam? Did you have your education in Australia or Sydney or anywhere in the world, anywhere overseas?
Yeah, I grew up here in Australia, but for my university, I went to aku kuliah di Los Angeles, the
Okay.
University of Southern California.
Okay,
And I
University of
studied-
Southern California.
Yeah, I studied business administration there, and I graduated last year.
Okay, okay. Still
Yeah.
very young.
Yeah, yeah.
And how do you study business in the States, in California?
Yeah, it was great. I think it was a great opportunity there, and for my own parents, they came from Indonesia, and then they flew to Australia to study, and for them it was such a big experience. They said it helped open up their horizon, it helped open up their eyes to a bigger world.
I
And
see.
so I think naturally, when I was in high school, they started talking to me and started encouraging me. They were saying, you know, Australia is quite big, and that was for them their ceiling, but it would be quite exciting for me to see a new place and for that to become my own floor.
Yeah.
And then that floor would then be a place where I could bring up my own ceiling as well and
Okay,
grow
yeah, yeah.
my own professional development as well.
Jadi your dad seen the chance to do something business in Australia on that time after he graduated from university.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to know, what about yourself? How do you start your business in LA?
In Los Angeles, it actually started when I was just studying there, and it really started even before we had a company there or anything. It was really just me looking
Okay.
for somewhere to live, and we were looking around the market in Los Angeles for a month or two, and really it was quite hard to find something that we liked, something that was good, and something that we thought was a good investment decision.
Yeah.
And I think that was really the start. That was back in a few years ago, maybe 2015 or 2016.
5 tahun yang lalu.
Yeah, 5 years ago. And
Yeah.
I think from there we found a site that was actually quite close to downtown, which is a very exciting and big. There's a big revitalization. I don't know how to say that. Membangunkan. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of like.
Membangun bisnis
Yeah.
di Los Angeles.
Yeah, things are coming back to there,
Yeah.
and that we started the business over there when we saw that there was a good site and a good place to kind of start and do something bigger than we've ever done before.
I see. So do you think it's a bigger market in LA than in Sydney?
Yeah, definitely. I think that
A lot bigger market
the
in
US
Sydney.
is, it's 350 million people plus,
Population, yeah.
whereas Australia is 20
25.
plus, right?
Yeah.
And even within Sydney, it's, however million people, but in LA, you already have, depending on how you count which map you're using,
Yep.
it's already 10 million people. So that's
see.
that's almost half of Australia. So yeah,
It's
definitely
huge
a big,
population, huge market.
yeah, definitely a big,
Yeah.
the next kind of giant that I know that my father wanted to take on and wanted to really just start from scratch and learn from the beginning.
Yep. Okay, which one you reckon is harder to start a business in LA or in Australia? Or what do you think, what is the problem to start a business in LA?
I think it really depends. Yeah, I think it depends what type of business you're working in. In LA, there's a big entertainment culture
Yeah.
that's quite thriving. You've got Hollywood. You have all of the stars that are over there. So if you're doing something in the arts, it's quite. I would say it's quite. There's a lot of momentum already there
Yes,
to
yes.
start a business there.
I see.
In
Yeah.
Australia, there's definitely pros and cons to both. But I think in Australia, it's a bit more laid back. The culture,
The culture a bit more laid
relaxed
back.
and quite
That is-
nice. So I think it depends on how you work and on
Yes,
what
yes.
you're looking for. Yeah.
So because you have that sense, what you call a business sense, you see the chance anywhere you go. Your
Yeah.
parents do the same thing because they have the sense in the body. Once they go overseas, they see the chance to make money and to do the business, and you've done it. And now, your family, one of the main developer, one of the builders, business property in Australia. So it's not only Sydney, the Melbourne as well.
Sydney, we
Brisbane.
have Melbourne, Brisbane.
Okay.
Yeah, Indonesia is coming up.
Indonesia, yeah, I heard the one in Ancol, isn't it? In Ancol, one project with the Crown Groups, working together with the Ciputra. I see. Yeah, I saw on TV the other days. Yeah, Crown Groups developing and building properties in Ancol, Indonesia. Sam, kalau Sam mau milih, di mana where you feel more homes? Sydney, Los Angeles, or Jakarta?
Well, I mean, I think now we're in a time where we talk about like a third, people call them third culture kids.
I see, yeah.
People that really, have parents that came from a different place.
Yeah,
They studied or they lived in one city,
yeah.
and then now they themselves are moving around the world, and so
Yeah.
I think it's quite hard. I think there's definitely parts of me that love to connect dengan all of those places, with
Yeah.
Sydney, with Jakarta, and with Los Angeles as well. I think I'm quite fortunate that I can really call all those places home.
All the places.
Yeah.
Home. Yeah. I think wherever you feel comfortable, this is a home, isn't it? Yeah, saya ngerti because you haven't got experience to grown up in Indo. Most of your time is in Australia, and when you grown up and then you move up to Los Angeles to study and you start business in Australia, so you don't have much experience to live in Jakarta or part of Indonesia. But as you said, it's feel for you, anywhere you go, you feel like homes, whenever you feel comfortable. Is that true?
Yeah, I guess, even though I didn't grow up in Jakarta, I definitely had a lot of friends and family that were from Indonesia, and so you kind
Yes,
of get, maybe you might not be able to know every single thing about the culture, but you definitely feel like there's a part of it that will always be connected to you. And so,
I see.
yeah, you have to tell me all the best places in Jakarta for my next visit.
I will. When you go to Jakarta, just let me know. I'll go as well. I'll show you every corner of Jakarta. Nice place. Jakarta, they have a big population as well. So, they also has a big property investment in Jakarta, like Ciputra or many other companies. I could remember now what's the name of the developer. But for your family to start in Sydney and now spreading out to Melbourne, Brisbane, and also in America, in USA, Los Angeles, there's a really, what do you call it, sebuah prestasi yang sangat bagus sekali, gemilang dari sebuah keluarga yang datang dari Indonesia ke Australia, Sydney, bisnis di Australia, dan sekarang mengembangkan bisnisnya ke Los Angeles, USA. Ini merupakan suatu kebanggaan dari kita masyarakat Indonesia yang ada di luar negeri dan juga mungkin dari yang ada di Indonesia. Berbangga hati melihat ada bangsa kita yang sukses berbisnis di luar negeri. Mudah-mudahan pengalaman dari Sam ini dan pengalaman dari keluarganya Sam bisa memberi inspirasi pada keluarga atau masyarakat Indonesia yang juga mau berbisnis atau migrated ke luar negeri, khususnya ke Sydney atau any other part in the world, Los Angeles or Europe, anyway. Mungkin pengalaman Sam tadi bisa diambil sebuah pelajaran. Sam, sebelum kita mengakhiri pertemuan kita ini, tanya jawab kita sore hari ini. Saya memberikan sedikit tips untuk Indonesian youth, anak-anak muda Indonesia. Apa yang harus mereka persiapkan untuk sebelum mereka pergi ke luar negeri, sebelum mereka berusaha untuk melakukan sesuatu usaha di luar negeri.
Yeah, I think one great tip is really just always knowing that when you're going somewhere new, you really want to soak in that environment. I think there's a bit of a shame sometimes when, if we go somewhere new and we kind of don't really get an opportunity to really immerse ourselves in that place by meeting with the locals, connecting with the people. If you're going to America, for me it was joining a fraternity. Like, I don't know if you know the fraternity, like kayak dalam like the movies in America, kayak ada kayak social club, like all the boys and all the girls are all together.
Betul,
Like, and they like to party, like that's like such a big thing in American culture. And for me, as an Australian, itu like aneh banget, like that idea. Very new and
But
very.
you got to be in there. You
Yeah.
got to be with them. Sam, you have to be with the local culture. You got to be mixed up with the local culture to
Yeah.
be able to stay there, to live there, and maybe has a chance to do business over there.
Yeah, I think so. Because otherwise, you could just do an online degree maybe, or just go on YouTube. But there's something about being there and taking,
Same.
parts of that culture. But obviously, never forgetting who you are at the same time.
Right.
And,
You got
and
to-
that's that
You got
beautiful.
to feel the real
blend.
atmosphere in there, in the place you are visiting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Ya, Sam, okay. Saya tidak mau mengganggu the busy schedule you have, Sam. Hopefully kita ada kesempatan lagi untuk berbincang-bincang mengenai sesuatu yang lainnya nanti, mungkin kehidupan Sam di Amerika sana, di Los Angeles. Anna, you're quite busy, and you have another appointment somewhere else today.
Oh no, thank you so much for having me.
Terima kasih, Sam.
Terima kasih
Untuk
all of you.
waktunya. Oke, pemirsa, itulah tadi wawancara singkat kita dengan Sam Sunito. Sam manggilnya Crown Prince. He's a prince of the Crown Groups. Hopefully ini akan memberikan inspirasi dan ide-idenya bisa kita serap untuk anak-anak muda Indonesia untuk bisa melaksanakan pendidikan dan bisnis di luar negeri nantinya. Terima kasih, Sam.
Thank
Selamat
you
siang.
so much. Yeah, thank you, COVID Bob.
COVID Bob. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.